Today I'm going to talk to you about participatory culture, which is a concept that I've been exploring and developing over the last 20-something years. So I was writing about participatory culture before the internet, or at least before the internet hit most people's lives. And for me, I always draw a distinction between participatory culture and participatory media. In almost every case, what we heard was that young people had a richer intellectual and creative life outside of school than inside it. That the things they learned from, the things they cared about, were things they did after the school day was over. Teachers don't want to deal with social media at schools. And again, it's done in the name of protecting young people. But it's hard for me to understand why young people are safer encountering social media on their own outside of the classroom, rather than entering into a space where there are knowledgeable adults who can talk to them about safe and ethical uses of those technology. We'd be much better bringing that into the school, training teachers and librarians, and giving them some tools to help guide young people into their initial engagement with these kinds of communities.
As educators, it is now our job to be champions of digital citizenship. 93% of employers now use social media in some way to either recruit or hire employees. That means if our students leave us with a neutral or a negative digital footprint, they have just a 7% chance of getting a job. 7%. My friend George Kuros challenges us as educators to make sure that every single high school graduate is well Googled. I challenge you to Google yourself. Go have your students Google themselves and like what they see. What does your digital footprint say about you? We must wonder as educators how we can make global connections. It is now our job to make sure that we are connecting our students globally. This probably sounds a lot harder than it actually is. With just a few clicks, you can do a virtual field trip to the Smithsonian Institute. Or you can bring your students on a virtual field trip to the Sistine Chapel. Learning is no longer limited to just our classroom, or our school, or our state, or even our planet. You can now take your students on a virtual field trip to the stratosphere. Do a Google Hangout with a classroom in Hong Kong to expose your kids to new and different cultures. Give them the practice that they're going to need with the real-life speaking and listening skills of the 21st century. Set up a classroom Twitter account. Have your kids tweet with experts from around the world, like Brad Wade or Jen Jones. Have your kids tweet with other classrooms around the world to share and compare their learning. Don't be the four walls that hold your kids back or limit their learning. Break down those walls and go global.
So collaborate, interact, and always participate.